Hi all, my name's Tom. Some of you already know me, but for those who don't, I will tell you about our tale regarding the bank, the courts and the bailiffs. Our story starts some time ago in 1988 when we took out an endowment mortgage with Bradford and Bingley Building Society as it was known then. We continued paying happily for the next 12 years, approximately. Well, we didn't pay happily. We paid, as everyone does, until my wife was informed that we would never pay off our mortgage. And she was quite shocked at this news and contacted me, and we contacted the bank manager, who said, "There is no documentation for this, he can't understand it." They'd actually converted our endowment into a part interest, part capital. He sent my wife, it was a lovely bunch of flowers and a bottle of champagne. We were really pleased. That champagne and flowers turned out to be the most expensive flowers and champagne my family's ever had. We continued paying in the belief that they converted our endowment, our part, back to an endowment. Until some time later we discovered that they'd not only converted the endowment into a part, but they'd converted the part into an interest only. So we complained to the ombudsman, or ombudsperson if you're politically correct. Well, 2011 I contracted or was diagnosed with cancer and underwent numerous operations to sort out the mistakes that the surgeon made, not the cancer. And while lying in my sick bed, Bradford and Bingley attempted to possess our home, as all evil entities do. They possess things. And I was required to attend court in 2012. We had all the documentation to prove that fraud had taken place. Even if it's not fraud, it's negligence. So we attended court, and a young lady, District Judge Mary Smith, presiding, adjourned the case for the possession of my home because she couldn't proceed while the ombudsman was looking into the case. 2012, or 6 months later I should say, we attended court, and we'd been informed previously that the ombudsman couldn't do anything, they tell me, because my complaint was time barred. It was more than 6 years. But I know there is no time limit to fraud. So we attended court, and at that hearing, presiding, District Judge Holt. He couldn't do anything to us because there was no arrears. The only thing there wasn't an endowment. And he wasn't concerned. He didn't want to hear that. And under great pressure from Bradford and Bingley's barrister to try and possess our home, he had no option but to stay the proceedings. Well, no, he finished the proceedings, but he kept the order standing for possession of my home. Then, in 2013, we came to the end of our mortgage. 25 years. We didn't know anything. We had proof of fraud. So we decided to have a preemptive strike because we knew what they would try and do. So we took them to court to get their charge of our deeds. As we proceeded, Bradford and Bingley solicitors wanted a hearing to see if my case or claim had merit. And before District Judge Richard Macmillan, remember that name, it was heard. And of course, my claim didn't have any merit. I felt really bad then. What was I thinking about? I'd put this judge to such trouble. And the barrister, who came all the way up from London for £3,500. Oh dear, I should have just given them the keys. Well, once that was done, they put a letter in the post to us. They had started the proceedings again from the original possession claim. And we'd already established with Bradford and Bingley that there was no arrears, just the endowment. But they managed to magically appear £1,350 in arrears to start that claim off again. 10 days ago, we received through the post a warrant for possession on the 23rd of July at 9 in the morning. That was very upsetting for my wife. Well, I wasn't too pleased either. And I was worse pleased, if there's such a thing, when this turned up at my door. You may recognise him, featured in many evictions. David Caress, an obnoxious, egotistical person. He's not a man. And they say that you can tell a man's soul through his eyes. This man, he's not wearing glasses. You're looking straight into his soul. That evil person takes homes from old people, from sick people, from young people with children, with no concern, and his friends. And the county court instigates this. The county court and the banks are complicit in fraud against the people, the men and women of this country. It's a genocide against us. The banks don't have any money left, so they're going after the property. My wife and myself paid for 25 years. We brought up 3 children in this little home. It's only a small bungalow. It's not worth a lot, not compared to other property. But it's our property. It's our land. And I put a common law claim on the land, which common law is the highest law in this land. But they're coming after it on the 23rd of July. So if you can come along and stand with my family and myself, shoulder to shoulder, to show these thugs and scum that they don't have any authority. People didn't give them this permission to do this. Governments, corporations did. They're not alive. They're dead entities. We're flesh and blood. If you can't come along to mine, and believe you me, I hope you do, because after 26 years, and in my 60s, it'll be very difficult to start again. We will, but I will battle. I'll not only battle for my family, I will battle for any other family now. They've started a war with me. Well, I've declared war on them. They may win a battle, but they won't win the war. So if you can't come along to our eviction, go along to somebody else's. Tell your friends. Tell your neighbours. Write out some little leaflets Stick it in car windows, in Tesco's and Morrison's and other well-known brands. Do what you can. Get the message out there. It can't go on. This is criminal. It's affecting my grandchildren, and their children will be affected. Your children, your grandchildren, your friends, your neighbours. They think they have the power. I've never been a revolutionist. I've always followed the law. I thought they would take care of me. And they did. Thank you. Whatever government was in power. But when the people speak, and they speak as one, and they stand together against these people, you have to let people know. It can't go on. So, there'll be a nice cup of tea at 9 o'clock in the morning waiting for you. And if you want to greet and meet with David Caress and his goons, these maggots, in fact I take that back, because maggots and other creatures are useful. He's got no use in life. He causes misery. I'm digressing now. So please come along. There'll be a warm welcome for you. And I will put the details of our address and the date and time at the bottom of this video. That's if I can manage to get it up into the YouTube. But if you're listening to it, I've succeeded. Take care now all. Bye.